Greetings, all you Titan fodder out there. I'm Dudes Diz Din coming at you with Attack on Titan, Chapter 117, titled Judgment. And that is what this exactly is, the hammer of judgment falling upon the residents of Paradise Island as the forces of Marley rain down upon the central district. We even see the Marleyan forces unloading a gigantic cannon-looking object on top of one of the walls, as we see Eren being confronted by the Jaw Titan Porco. Meanwhile, Pieck is with Gabby and they're desperately trying to get away as Pieck calls out to Porco to cut her chains, specifically cutting off her hand. That way she's no longer tethered to Gabby specifically, making her free to basically do what she needs to. And we have this hilarious moment where both Pieck and Gabby are just looking at the severed hand of Pieck and they're screaming as Pieck dives off the side of the building and transforms into her cart titan form. Meanwhile, Eren is doing his best to go toe to toe with Porco, and as soon as Porco sees that Pieck has gotten her situation under control, he bails out before Eren in his Attack Titan form can fully go in for a Warhammer Titan infused punch. As Pieck has Gabby crawl into her mouth, that way she can carry Gabby away from the whole situation. Eren is a little bit surprised at the fact that Marley is actually going all out in this kind of surprise attack, because it feels like a very risky move to him. And he comes to the realization this must be at the behest of Reiner specifically. And when Yelena calls out to Eren to leave his Titan form so he can come back in and hide, that way they can escape underground and possibly do their own sneak attack once the Marleyan forces guards are down, Eren does not listen. He's in full attack mode and he wants a piece of that Reiner. As we see Reiner descending from the sky, he transforms and it's time to go. The next round in the Attack Titan versus the Armor Titan is about to begin, and it is a knockdown, drag out fight. Intense lines like, my god. Isayama brought his A game to this fight. His anatomy always kind of looks a little wonky in places, but man, he really knows how to just show off these colossal figures just going at it toe to toe. And as Pieck is able to bring Gabby over to the current commander of the forces, Commander Theo Magath, who has been promoted currently, he starts to kind of berate Gabby for getting herself in this situation to begin with, as it was very reckless. We also have the arrival of Colt, who had come in order to find both Gabby as well as Falco, but unfortunately Gabby informs him that he got, Falco got some of Zeke's spinal fluid in his mouth, and he's also been in prison, which just creates a whole situation in terms of how long before Falco suddenly gets turned into a Titan. Meanwhile, Pieck starts to kind of go over the whole situation as she's infiltrated, and then she's got a lot of the information from various forces. She also starts to unload this thing onto her back that we can't quite see at first. So she informs them that there are various enemy soldiers who drank Zeke's spinal fluid and are basically Titan bombs. She reads out there are 500 enemy soldiers in the central district at the moment, and Zeke's not currently in the city. He's out there, doing whatever he needs to do. Yeah, and they all came in because they were trying to listen to Reiner's concerns about, leaving Eren and Zeke alone to do what they needed to do. But they start to wonder if Eren is actually able to use the original Titan's power at the moment. But Pieck hasn't found out that much information at the moment. She has her doubts. They feel that it's a trump card, but they feel that Eren hasn't used it quite yet, so maybe he's not in a position to do so. However, because Gabi had actually listened in on their conversation previously, she already knows. She heard the conversation that the original Titans has to be together with a Titan of royal blood in order to initiate that, ability. So they come to the realization, specifically Theo comes to the realization that since Zeke has the power of the royal blood because of his parents, then that would mean that they need to be in close proximity in order to activate that. So there's a bit of a special condition for them to be able to fully engage that special power. So they have to make sure that Zeke and Eren never meet during the course of this battle, or all hope is lost for them. And I don't know about you, but at this point I came to the realization, something very critical, that I don't know who I'm rooting for in this battle. Because Mikasa, Armin, they're removed from this situation at the moment. They're not quite, engaged in this. It's Eren, Reiner, Marleyan forces versus the, Eldian traitor army, whatever kind of stuff. And it's just like, who do I actually want to win this? Because I don't care for Marley and their bullshit, but I don't care for Zeke and his bullshit. And now that Eren's gone along with it, I don't much care for him either. So I'm really conflicted in this, because it's just like, whoever wins, I'm not going to be too happy at the moment about it. But we finally see what the Cart Titan has been hoisting onto her back. It's a massive cannon. And we see that, Commander Theo Magath has, loaded onto it because he's a gunman by trade and by nature. So that's his specialty coming out there, which we'll see in a moment. But, the fight between the Attack Titan and the Armored Titan is just really going strong. And because of Eren having the power of the Warhammer Titan, he is bashing into Reiner this time around. This time, Eren is really starting to get in some good, solid hits on Reiner, whereas Reiner was always a lot more, sturdy, powerful. He had a lot more armoring, so he was able to endure a lot more of what Eren could dish out. But here, with that crystalline hardening ability, Eren is going full force, knocking Reiner's block off for the most part, just decimating him. And Reiner has to really start getting desperate, trying his best to tackle him to the ground, but even then it just doesn't prove well enough, to the point where even Porco has to come in and lend Reiner a hand, so it's a bit of an inverse here. But Eren, noticing that Porco is coming back from behind, sends out his spinal columns with the Warhammer's ability and sends it jutting out. And Porco's just thinking like, nah, I gotta take this guy down. I gotta take it to him for decimating my hometown. And, especially for using me like a nutcracker to take down the Warhammer. So he manages to slice through these protrusions Eren sent out from his spine. But, then in comes Reiner, just grappling with Eren for the most part, because Eren's just not able to fully take it to two opponents at the same time. And Reiner is on some bullshit, being like, Eren, you're not much of a challenge on your own. And I'm just like, no, I'm pretty sure with the power that he wields, he is more than enough of a challenge. And even as Porco goes in to bite at Eren's nape to get at him, all of a sudden Eren Eren brings out the Warhammer's ability to send these protrusions out from the ground of crystal just jutting out, impaling both, the jaw and the armored titans. It doesn't take them out, but it incapacitates them for the most part. And seeing this opportunity, Eren's forces move in order to take out the Armored and the Jaw Titan, all with their thunder spears, their lightning rods. And once they start drawing in close, you next thing see is a massive shot go straight through Eren's head like a sniper's blast. And naturally, this is Theo Magath, riding atop the cart Titan with that massive gun, ready to reload, and they're using it to blow Eren's brains out to keep him from being able to fully function. Magath is a general. I've been calling him Captain, but General Magath. Because he's just like, he's kind of a little bit off of things, because he's just like, man, I'm surprised they promoted me to such a high rank for this kind of a situation. But, as Reiner and Porco do their best to cut through, the spikes that are impaling them, we see that the Jaeger faction forces are being picked off and shot by various Marley forces, just unloading on them, because it's just like, no, you shouldn't just be focusing on the Titans, you should be focusing on them as well. And then on top of that, just bullets starts raining down from the sky because of the airships. So it's just like, you guys didn't really have that much of a chance because you don't have that much military force on hand. Y'all got caught up in the middle of a coup. So what did you think was going to happen? You have your forces cut severely. You're not ready to be engaged by outside forces like this. And while we start to see that Yelena, is trying her best to believe, but Yakupon and the others are just like, we got to get out of here. It's the end. They're done for. The original Titans done. That's it. It's over. And as the Jaw Titan goes in to once again just go at Eren's nape, suddenly Eren bursts out with even more spikes to just, send him scurrying away. But once again, Theo fires off another round, blasting through Eren's head once again. So it's just this war of attrition where Eren's just trying to keep himself safe, but they're on the losing side of this. They are losing ground, losing forces. Theo is just emboldened by Tybur's, speech about what they needed to do, and he's just like, he knows the power of the Warhammer Titan. He understands by using their power, drains the stamina of the user even more, making it so they're not able to function too much further in. So Eren's just burning through what he can do, is constantly using that Warhammer power. And, all these forces are just kind of really just taking it to, the Jaeger faction because of the death of Tybur. They're still kind of really raw about the fact that their homeland was attacked. So they're really just taking it to them. And as Reiner just yanks out one of the spears from the spikes from the ground and rams it through Eren's shoulder, he's just like, Eren, that's enough. Accept that you lost. You don't need to suffer through this anymore. We're already gonna die enough as it is. But Eren continues to just keep sending spikes out from the ground into Reiner. But Reiner is muscling through it. He's healing, he's adapting, he's getting better at defending against these attacks. And he's ready to take down Reiner. He's ready to take down Eren. And then Porco comes in, once again trying to bite at Eren's nape. But Eren is still able to get in a few hits on Porco in order to keep him, away, send him flying. But then Reiner comes in, grappling Eren to the ground. And it starts to look like that might be it. Eren might be done. He's burned through everything that he could do. But Eren is not giving up, and he just swings his hand around, rips into Reiner's skull, and starts breaking apart as his head. And he yet lets out his legendary scream, and he's just ready to just keep fighting to his last breath. He is more than willing to keep going. But suddenly, a massive object just slams into the remains, basically, at this point, of Reiner's head, sending him flying. And when Eren turns to look at his new aide, Yelena lets out a sigh of relief. And Theo is pissed as everyone gazes upon the legendary figure who has come to help out his little brother. The Beast Titan, Zeke Yeager, has arrived to help out his little brother. Oof, and that ends the issue. The chapter, I should say. A very intense, just violent, that's Titans attacking Titans, just going at it. It's intense, it's cool, it's awesome, but I don't care about either side. I am sorry, I really don't, because all I care about is Mikasa and the fact that Eren was a dick to her. And I'm just like, yo, no, I want to know what the fuck Eren is up to at this point, because if his plan is really just to just kill off all of his people, I'm just like, Eren, really? That's it? That's your plan? You're really going along with this? I know you crave that freedom, but, I can't believe that it's been warped to this degree within the span of a year. I'm still not buying into it, that after just meeting with Zeke over the course of a year, he's changed this much. I just can't buy into it. I need a little bit more solid evidence that this is the path that Eren has chosen. But tell me your thoughts on this chapter in the comment section below. How did you feel about it? How did you feel about the action? Because I really thought it was on point. Though I'm not quite gelling with the direction that Eren has gone into, it's still just great to see Titan versus Titan. It's Attack on Titan. So, of course, that's what I came here to see. But now that we have the plot really going into full swing, I hope they really start diving into what direction this is all going into, because certain things just don't quite line up in a way that will satisfy me yet. And I know we're fastly approaching the end, because this feels like the final battle. All the players are in one place at this point, so we're leading up to this final conflict, but hell if I know where it's going. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, leave me a like, and leave me a dislike if you didn't, and tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below so that I might better myself for future videos. And subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on the next chapter review of Attack on Titan. And until then, how about Googling Dues Diz Din? That way you can find me on my various social media platforms. Maybe I'll start putting that in the description. And just remember, until the next time, remember that you can always get your revenge and bring judgment on your enemies. Till next time.